What if I would tell you that a lot of those progress bars that you see every day are just fake? You've probably seen a progress bar that loads up till 99% and just freezes. That happens, right? But you've probably been in the situation where there is no progress bar at all, and that sucks. You click something and you don't know if something happens, if computer is working, is it just crashed? But when you see a progress bar, you know that something is going on. Something is working in the background and the progress is loading. In the user experience studies, even from the early 1985, researchers find out that when you show a progress bar for people, they see that process going on way faster than without a progress bar. And even if those processes are identical, it takes the same amount of time. When you see the progress bar, it feels like the progress goes faster, the time feels shorter. And even if the time with the progress bar is longer than without the progress bar, same thing. People prefer the process with progress bar and it feels just shorter. So what that progress bar does is basically shows that this unpleasant experience is going to end. It shows the finish line. And when your brain sees that, it stops focusing on that task that is going on in the background and start to focusing on something else. And that's why it feels that time feels way shorter. Humans and even animals accelerate their efforts and increase their patience when they are closer to their goal. So when the progress bar reaches to 50, 60, 80 or 90%, you feel invested in the process, and it is less likely that you are going to cancel the whole process. And the biggest lie about the progress bar is that it's not accurate at all, at least in the most progress bars. Some can predict how everything is going, they know the speeds and everything, and they show the accurate thing. But a lot of those progress bars are they are not completely fake, but they can't predict how long the process will go. So they are programmed to go faster in the beginning and then slow down towards the end until the process is finished. And if those progress bars would be 100% accurate, they would freeze, stutter, and even go backwards sometimes. And in user experience studies, it showed that going backwards in the progress bar is not good. People start panicking. So those progress bars basically predict how long it might take to take this process. They speed up in the beginning when people are the less patient and slow down towards the end. And sometimes they just freeze at 90% or even 99%. How many times did your progress bar freeze at 99% and you waited for like 10 minutes or something until it finished the task? It miscalculated the amount of time it might require for that task. It loaded up to 99%, but it can't show you the 100% until it gets that feedback from processor that the task is completed. So it freezes at 99% and it waits for that signal that it's done. One thing that surprised me a little bit is that sometimes people fake progress bar in completely opposite way. So, for example, if the computer gives you an answer very, very, very quickly, you might not trust the answer. Yeah, so a very good example is when you search for the cheapest price for airline tickets or something like that. The system already knows the answer. It's super quick. But if that would give you an answer like that, sometimes you won't trust that because you know the money involved and you might think that it fakes the results or something like that. But when It loads for a little bit, for a few seconds, and it seems like it is searching, thinking, and doing things. You trust that a little bit more. So, yeah, UX designers fake that. And the same thing with the tags documents and similar things like that, which could get instant results, but they take a little bit of time to imitate the feeling that something is going on in the background, something difficult, and gives you an illusion that computer worked really hard to get those results. And you would trust that a little bit more. Yeah, there is a lot of faking in this UX design industry, and there is one very interesting faking example. For example, do you know why robots can't solve that "I'm not a robot" thing? And I have a video about that. And it's really interesting how this reCAPTCHA thing gives us an illusion that we actually solving something when it makes all the processes in the background. So see you there.